Hi, everyone. This is Joe Gentili from Saraf Gentili LLP. Today's question that I'm addressing is whether you need to be a U.S. citizen or a resident of the U.S. to collect a whistleblower award for reporting an EB-5 fraud or some other type of immigration fraud to the government. And the answer to that question is no. You do not have to be a U.S. citizen or live in the U.S. to collect a whistleblower award. So what the government is really concerned about is the quality of the information that you're providing them to help combat fraud against either the government itself or against investors. And there's two main programs or statutes that the government uses in the immigration space that pay rewards. So number one is the SEC Whistleblower Program, and that is mostly geared towards protecting investors and the investing public. And if you bring a tip to the government through an attorney, you could do it anonymously in most instances. And if the government uses the information, takes action, the whistleblower can get 15 to 30% of the amount of money that the government recovers. So I've attached an example of this in the description. You could take a look. There's a link to an example where the government paid, or the SEC paid, a $30 million award to a whistleblower where the whistleblower was a foreign national. So there's plenty of examples for the SEC program and also the False Claims Act, which I'll get to in a minute, where foreign nationals or people that reside outside the US have been paid whistleblower awards. So the most common intersection between the SEC program and immigration is in EB-5, where you have immigrant investors that invest a certain amount of money in typically in a project in order to qualify to get a green card. Lots of fraud in those programs, which is not really surprising when you have a group of people who are investing a large amount of money in the United States, may not be completely familiar with how investments work in the US, and other people on the other side who stand to make a lot of money if those investments go through. So that's an area that my law firm is interested in investigating, and where there are, I think, lots of fraud. The other statute that's at play here is the False Claims Act, or the FCA. So that statute is primarily in place to protect the government in the event the government is defrauded. And in immigration, there's some examples where you see large employers, for instance, that misuse the employment visa system. They will apply for categories of visas that are easier to get and don't necessarily qualify the people they're bringing over to do the work that they're coming here to do. And a lot of times the government is harmed by that because the company is also cheating the government out of application fees that they should be paying. So that's an example of where the government may pay a whistleblower an award if they bring evidence of a fraud there. And in the False Claims Act, the whistleblowers stand to get 15 to 25% of what the government recovers. So it's another statute and another program like the SEC program where there's the potential, at least, for life-changing, 7-8 figure whistleblower awards being paid out to people who have good information. So if you have information related to a fraud through immigration, either against investors in EB-5 or against the government, it's certainly worth vetting with an attorney because those claims can be very valuable. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I hope you liked the video, and I encourage you to subscribe. Thank you.